Jason Johnston and Richard Levin are recently commissioned officers from the Royal Military Academy at Sandhurst in the UK. They've arrived in China to take part in something unprecedented and quite unique.
Have you ever been to China?
No, this is our first visit for both of us.
They're the first British officers ever invited to take part in an international cadet exchange organised by the People's Liberation Army of China. They're going to spend a week living and working with Chinese cadets at the PLA University of Science and Technology in Nanjing, 1,000 kilometres south of Beijing.
It's a good opportunity to come and experience something firsthand, especially a country that's emerging as somewhere very important globally.
21-year-old PLA officer cadet Chao Jie Liu has been attached to the Brits to help them bed in. Together, they will take part in a prestigious military competition known as the Jinwu Cup later in the week.
I will be as the interpreter. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to know what other international cadets are going to be in our team.
But I think you are the best. You are the best.
Yeah, no pressure.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning.
I'm not really awake yet, to be honest.
First off, it's half an hour of drill. Only then is it time for breakfast. But the exercises are far from over. Almost everything is done in formation, which is not quite how they do things back at Sandhurst.
I can't imagine spending 4 years of my life marching to breakfast, lunch and dinner. I'd say that'd be quite a challenge for most people at Sandhurst.
Ren Duo Liliang Da is what Mao used to say. The more people you have, the more power you have. And that has been the doctrine that Chinese military has worked by for a very long time. But times are changing. Technology becomes more important, and ways of working and ways of thinking have to change. This is a battle simulation room. It might look like computer gaming, but it is in fact part of the Chinese cadets' training regime.
我们是通过游戏这个媒介来模拟组织一场战役进攻。
How long have you been doing this?
这个实验已经有1年多了，
So this is a new idea.
在我们学校算比较新。
And the PLA is looking west for pointers towards this brave new world. Quite a lot of what you see here, oddly, looks quite American. The uniforms look quite American, the routines are quite American. That fascination with and emulation of American military, however, runs quite a lot deeper than that. The American and British militaries also bring something to the table which the Chinese do not have: recent combat experience.
When you're marching, how do you carry it? Just on one shoulder?
Recent wars in Iraq and Afghanistan have taught British and American forces many tough lessons.
We'd patrol like this.
Okay.
With the rifle ready in the shoulder, and if we needed to fire, this would go all the way down, and we could.
Okay. The belt for M4.
The last time China went to war with another country was a brief conflict in Vietnam, way back in 1979.
No.
It's the day of the PLA's most important annual cadet competition, the Jinwu Cup. 7 military universities across China are participating. And for the first time ever, foreign cadets have been invited to compete.
This is the international contingent in these 2 rows, each consisting of 3 international students and 7 Chinese cadets.
Okay, squad 2, move out.
The competition begins. The first challenge is orienteering. Jason's team need to find and tag 10 electronic touchpoints spread over 15 square kilometres. But they are getting off to a bad start. the squad leader is struggling to make sense of the map.
There's 3 different people looking at the map, trying to decide where we are.
Running out of time, they decide to split into 2 groups, each responsible for locating half the electronic touchpoints. Jason's team manages to locate 4 electronic touchpoints and return to the rendezvous with 5 minutes to spare.
Come find the other group? Yeah. That's good.
But the other half of the team is nowhere to be seen.
And it looks like they haven't made it back in time.
So that means the whole
Yeah, maybe.
Jason is starting to realise that amongst the Chinese cadets in his group, even allowing for their relative youth, practical skills often do not match classroom theory.
They do need a little bit more practice before they can get to each point effectively and efficiently.
我们队长说，但是好多队肯定会超时，必须得超时。对，超时的很多队。
Jason told me that while the exercises were familiar, they were not all as realistic as they might have been back home.
I think fitness-wise, they're at a similar standard. As far as officership training and leadership goes, I think they're at a lower standard. I personally think it's because they're not given the responsibility to develop that leadership.
The exchange week has come to an end. And the Chinese cadets have also gained new insight from the week's exchange program.
管理和我们的管理方式不一样，他们应该说比我们就是说有更多的自由支配时间，国际化视野更开阔了。
These cadets may well one day have leading roles in their country's armed forces. They have gathered here to understand how their counterparts think. Invaluable lessons maybe, now that China, with its new model army, is poised to play a far more significant role in world affairs.